Shalom and welcome to the weekend edition of the Daily Dose of Hebrew. Looking today at Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 12. In our context, we've been contrasting the true and only unique God of Israel, the creator of the heavens and the earth, and contrasting him with the false gods and the idols of the nations surrounding them, those who did not make the heavens and the earth. And we saw in our last video in verse 11 that Jeremiah actually broke into Aramaic to make this universal declaration that all these false gods will perish, but the true God will remain, for he is the only unique one. And he's going to continue telling us about this great God of Israel here in this verse. Let's go ahead and read the text in Hebrew as we get started. Pretty easy text. Ose eretz b'chocho, mekin tevel b'chokmato, uvit vunato nata shamayim. So we start off with ose, and you see that O vowel right there, and it tells us we're probably going to be dealing with a participle, and we are masculine singular. It's going to be a cow from our verb asa, to make or to do. So this would be the maker of the earth, So we would say, perhaps using this as a verbal idea here, he made the one who made the earth with or by his. And this is koach, usually with a little patek furtif here at the end, but this time with a pronoun suffix, by his strength. Now, what is this here? Does this preposition mean? No, actually what we have here, this is another participle, another masculine singular participle, only this time it's going to be a hiphil, and it's going to be from the verb kun, like this. Like that, which means to be firm. Usually you see it in the nifal. We'll put parentheses around it. I think we don't actually even see it at all in the cow, but usually in the nifal or one of the other stems. And here we have it as a hiphil, and it means to be to establish or to set something up. So as a participle, this would be the one who established, just like the one who made, the one who established tevel, and this is a sort of a synonym with eretz. Tevel means earth, or perhaps world, and it tends to be more with reference to the inhabited world. Eretz is often contrasted with the heavens and the earth, meaning the physical world. Tevel is often contrasted with the wilderness, where people don't live. Tevel is the world where people do live. That's not a hard and fast rule, but it's a generalization. So he established the world by, just like we saw over here, his. And do you recognize this word here? This is the word hukmah. This is a kametz hatuf, so that's an O-type vowel here. By his wisdom. And what do we have here? Bit vunato. Oh, it looks like the same thing over here. Yep, what we have here. We have another beit. We have another pronoun suffix at the end. And with his tevuna. Well, what is tevuna? Usually with a hey at the end, but we're adding the suffix. That's why it changes. Tevuna. Well, from the idea of bin, which has this idea of to have understanding, to be able to discern between different things. That's we get our preposition bin, to discern between different things. So this is tevuna is a word which means understanding. So, and with his or by his understanding, nata. This is a good old, this time we don't have a participle, but we have a perfect, and it's a 3ms cal from nata, which means to stretch out, to establish something, but to spread out, to stretch out. And by his understanding, he stretched out shemayim, heavens. Again, we would probably put articles with the earth and the inhabited world and the heavens, but we're in a poetical section here with these statements, and not unusual for the articles to drop. So nothing complicated about our analysis of this verse here. So let's go ahead and hide our work and look at a couple of different translation. Christian Standard Bible, first of all. He made the earth, so we could say the one who made, or the maker, a little more of the participial idea, whereas this looks almost more like a perfect idea, but there's no easy way to get around that unless you develop a whole paraphrase. He made the earth by his power, by his strength, established the world by his wisdom, okay, that's pretty good, and spread out the heavens by his understanding. most of our translations are going to be pretty similar. New English Bible, to go across the ocean, we can pick this one up from England. God, they add the word God up here because he's the one who did it. God made the earth by his power, fixed the world in place. That's actually a pretty good idea for this verb right here, kun. Fixed the world in place by his wisdom, unfurled. I actually like that for nata when you're talking about the heavens, not just spread out, but unfurled. You see this flag or sails or something that have been unfurled by his understanding. And almost all the translations are along these lines. One that was just a little bit unusual just because of one word, and you'll see it here. By his power he made the earth, by his wisdom set the world firm. That's good. But his discernment spread out the heavens. And they're translating this vav right here as but, seeing some sort of a contrast. And I don't quite understand the purpose of that. His discernment spread out the heavens. I don't see any contrast between his power and his wisdom and his discernment here. To me, these are all synonymous, and I would have translated, and his discernment spread out the heavens, or understanding. So I'm not quite sure what point they were trying to make by translating this as a but instead of an and. It is attached to, it's not attached to a verbal form, so sometimes it tends to be a little more adversative, but there's nothing here in the context that I can see that would indicate that. So that one's just a little bit curious, but very straightforward verse in any case. This is the God who is the God of Israel. This is the God who is the creator God. This is the one God who should be worshipped and adored. We'll check back with us soon as we continue working through a few more verses in the weekend edition of the Daily Dose of Hebrew. Shalom.